Good evening, all my South Orange Maplewood listeners, and all those other listeners in the towns of Millburn, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange, and Newark. Welcome to In the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience, and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org, and the only radio show covering all your news, opinions, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange Maplewood community. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. And reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626 to participate in the discussion. We have an interesting program lined up for you this evening, and I look forward to your participation in the discussion. Now, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be addressing an issue that's coming to a location near you very, very soon. And it's coming to a location in Montclair, New Jersey. As you know, we talk about things that are happening in South Orange and Maplewood, as well as things happening in the surrounding communities. If you took a look at the alternative press just recently, you would have noticed there was an article by a young lady by the name of Natalie Heard Hackett. Natalie Heard Hackett. And the article is titled, Wellmont Theater Executive Responds to Ted Nugent Complaint. And you need to get involved in this situation, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the article. Singer, rock musician Ted Nugent is scheduled to perform at the Wellmont Theater despite a growing number of protesters. Grassroots organizers, labor union, and individuals have expressed they plan to protest the Ted Nugent performance scheduled for July 22nd. Elected officials and protest organizers have also acknowledged that Nugent has the First Amendment right to free speech, but has taken issue with his publicized comments that were described as offensive by many. And we're going to get into quite a few of those tonight. Despite the controversy surrounding some of Nugent's publicized statement, he also has many supporters. When learning about Nugent's scheduled Wellmont Theater performance, New Jersey director of CWA, Hetty Rosenstein, stated her initial reaction was to notify the establishment of her concern. She expressed she tried calling the theater for over 2 months, leaving at least 4 messages at the Wellmont box office. Rosenstein further mentioned that she never received a call back before deciding to organize. Wellmont Theater Executive Director Mark Josephson responded on Wednesday evening, "We have been receiving phone calls and messages, but we don't always respond to every message we got. It's just impossible. I also wasn't trying to be evasive, but I just got the message. Our phone system is cranky sometimes, and we are thinking about upgrading the system," said Josephson. Besides being a real TV star, outdoor channel host, and rock musician singer, Nugent is also known for being vocal on matters concerning hunting, conservation, and gun owner rights, thus earning him both protesters as well as supporters. He has also been a board member of the NRA since 1995. CWA and Blue Wave New Jersey has teamed up with local and national organizations to organize a protest outside of the Wellmont Theater concert. Another organization, New Jersey Citizen Action, has confirmed that they are involved in co-organizing the protests. Phyllis Salowi K., Executive Director of New Jersey City Action, said, "There is no place for hate, racism, homophobia, violence, or intolerance, not in Montclair, New Jersey, or in any place in this country. Ted Nugent's comments are despicable, and the management of the Wellmont should not be providing a platform for someone who spews such garbage. We are urging members to come out on Tuesday evening to protest Nugent's backward and extremist views and to urge the Wellman to cancel his appearance. As of Thursday, Nugent at the Wellmont ticket sales were less than 50% sold, with 9 tickets available for resale. CWA has circulated flyers and posted to their protest Ted Nugent and Montclair Facebook page some of the statement that Nugent has made. In a January 18 interview, Nugent, who is also known as the Motor City Madman, had to abruptly end the news interview after referring to President Obama as a chimpanzee and Hillary Clinton as spear scrotum. In a February 2014 New York Magazine published a tweet from Senator Rand Paul, the Republican representative for Kentucky, stating that the following about Nugent publicly expressed comments. Ted Nugent's derogatory description of President Obama is offensive and has no place in politics. He should apologize. Now, let's quickly listen to some of those comments made by Ted Nugent.
Our politicians check their scrotum in at the door. Even Hillary. But obviously she has spare scrotums. The state of politics in America are heartbreaking, tragic, virtually self-inflicted, and I think I'm speaking for everybody here. We would like to apologize to the heroes of the military for bending over since World War II and allowing a commander-in-chief who is the enemy of the U.S. military. I'd like to apologize to the heroes of law enforcement for an attorney general who commits more felonies than the people he lets go on television committing felonies, Black Panthers, Philadelphia, ad nauseum. So while I'm busy apologizing, because I didn't let my guard down, I've been fighting this battle, I have no more capabilities than what I implement on a daily basis. But I have obviously failed to galvanize and prod, if not shame, enough Americans to be ever vigilant not to let a Chicago communist-raised, communist-educated, communist-nurtured, subhuman mongrel like the Acorn community organizer gangster Barack Hussein Obama to weasel his way into the top office of authority in the United States of America. I am heartbroken, but I am not giving up. I think America will be America again when Barack Obama, Eric Holder, Hillary Clinton, Dick Durbin, Michael Bloomberg, and all of the liberal Democrats are in jail, facing the just due punishment that their treasonous acts are clearly apparent. So those are, a lot of people would call that inflammatory speech. Well, I would call it inflammatory speech when it's your job to protect Americans, and then you look into the television camera and say, what difference does it make that I failed in my job to provide security and we have 4 dead Americans? What difference does that make? Not to a chimpanzee or to Hillary Clinton. I guess it doesn't matter. And so I think that was the nod that this interview is over. Yeah. But all I can say is freedom is not free. And if you're not a member of the NRA, Nancy Pelosi likes you, which means you're the enemy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
All right, you can take the teleprompters down now. I've got it all.
And there you have it. As we continue, this is Mr. Ted Nugent. As we continue with the article, Josephson added, I personally sympathize with protesters, but we also know that he's a controversial figure. Canceling the show is not an option. He's still going to play here. The Wellman Theater is a freedom of speech place. After learning of Josephson's comments on behalf of the Wellman Theater and his express intent to allow Nugent to continue to perform, Rosenstein said, this isn't a First Amendment issue. Nobody is precluding Ted Nugent from speaking. It's a question as to whether or not the Wellman Theater in a community such as Essex County, New Jersey, brings in or seeks to make profit from a notorious bigot. In August of 2007, Nugent is recorded during a live performance calling Senator Hillary Clinton a worthless bitch. He went further to add that Senator Barbara Boxer might want to suck on my machine gun. Marcia Marley, president of Blue Wave New Jersey, said, "While we support Mr. Nugent's right to free expression under the First Amendment, we also support every citizen's right to protest bigotry and intolerance. We hope others will join us in speaking out." Among the supporters of the protesters is Montclair Deputy Mayor Robert Russo, who expressed, "I will join others on Tuesday to condemn this performer's comments and to protest his presence in Montclair." After learning that Live Nation was promoting the concert, phone calls to media relations officials at Live Nations were returned and officials declined to comment. We are not in the business of censoring people or telling Live Nation how to run their business. They are employed by us. The Wellman Theater is privately owned by New York real estate investors who do not wish to get involved in anything controversial. They like to stay private, said Josephson. Montclair is a liberal tongue, and we like to regard ourselves as members in good standing of the community. So if people want to speak their opinion, then more power to them. They have every right and are welcome to protest, just as other people have the right to speak their mind. Rosenstein continued, Ted Nugent preys on outrageous opinions. He uses his musical platform to express hatred and incite people. We have a First Amendment right, but more importantly, a common responsibility to say that his conduct is not acceptable in our community. Now, let's go to an article dated July 24th, 1994, called Ted's World. And this is an article written by Michael Roberts. Ted Nugent offers more ruminations on the American dream. In Ted's World, we want the death penalty to impose at the scene of the crime, says veteran slinger, Ted Nugent, in a voice somewhere between a bark and a howl. The only good bad guy is the dead bad guy. You want to rape my daughter? You're a dead piece of shit. You happen to like the concept of overcrowding in prisons? One violent felony, and that, MF, is out of the gene pool. Like James Brown, Nugent has a lot to say about the great land of ours, and he's more than happy to provide his opinion free of charge to anyone who crosses his path. If he had his way, however, his wit and wisdom, heard on Cat Scratch Fever, Double Live Gonzo, and other staples of 70s rock radio, soon will pay him more tangible dividends. Thanks to the ratings success of a 2-week stint as the morning host at a Dallas radio station earlier this year, Nugent seemed to be on the cusp of becoming a rock and roll Rush Limbaugh, or, as he puts it, the executives of certain mega networks are all sitting around a giant oak table butt naked, drooling on themselves and trying to figure out how they're going to afford me. I expect to be on the airwaves nationwide in early 95. Now remember, this article was written in July 1994. If so, Ted will be one busy guitar god. He's going to tour throughout the remainder of this year and most of the next in support of Spirit of the Wild, a solo album to be released by Atlantic Records this fall. He plans to continue editing and publishing Adventure Outdoors, the official magazine with circulation of 75,000, and of Ted Nugent World Bow Hunters Incorporated, an organization he founded. And he's set to make dozens of public appearances in support of Ted Nugent Camp for Kids, the Ted Nugent Bow Hunting School, the Ted Nugent Archers Africa Safari, the National Rifle Association, and just about any group that promotes Ted Nugent's brand of environmentalism and conservation, a de facto religion based largely on the premise that shooting and killing large game animals is good and good for you. At the same time, Nugent, whose rep took a big hit in some quarters because he spent much of the 80s in Damn Yankees, a bland rock band featuring the reprehensible Styx veteran Tommy Shaw, has become a sought-after conservative spokesman. He recently served as a panel member on Politically Incorrect on the Comedy Central cable channel and has turned up as a guest on radio program hosted by Limber and practically every other right-of-the-center yacker with regular access to a microphone. His views, his sudden popularity among these types as both a career opportunity and a vindication of his ways of thinking. Have you ever heard of the pendulum swinging, he asks? Have you ever heard of the people forcing their views back into the mainstream? That's what we are experiencing, and I couldn't be happier. Why do you think these network guys are scratching their heads with, use the F word, cheese graters, trying to figure out what the F word I am? Because I am the pulse of America. This is not a Ted thing. This is not a Rush thing. This is not a Ken Hamblin thing. This is an American thing. And this is Ted's World, article written by Michael Roberts back on July 27th, 1994. We're going to continue with more of Ted Nugent after this short break.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folktales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Fuddy Mears. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss, or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome, and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Travel are experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org to let us know your opinion. Do you want to advertise on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience? You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you. Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
I feel so blessed, y'all. This track is incredible. S1, You can feel it. I'm a blessed man. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Right now, I'm a blessed man. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. No question, I'm a blessed man. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. You can feel it, you can feel it. So much joy. It's like a dream come true, like a sneak preview of the grand finale. I get a taste of heaven, it's like milk and honey. I was blessed with love before I had money. The things I love most, you can't take from me. I hold them close, the most high in my family. I might never get fortune and fame. I'm always gonna say I've been a fortunate man. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. We walk through the park holding hands, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm a blessed man. You're so beautiful, the words escape me. Like the day I watched you give birth to our baby. You illuminate when I'm in a dark place. Bless my heart with a smile on your face. I'ma say it, my wife is hot, so it don't matter how much ice I got. I put a ring on her finger, leave it at that. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm at. If it wasn't for God, maybe we never would've met. But he brought us together, so there's no question we're blessed. I don't write many love songs, I'm sorry girl. The truth is I never hear beats worthy of it. But when the glove fits, I let the world know I'm married to an angel and plan to stay faithful. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. As I sit back reflecting, it's obvious that my life's been protected. I had friends get murdered, I could've been there. Friends committed suicide, I could've went there. Depression, my life could've ended. I could've took a flight on September 11. Life is fragile, we take it for granted. I'm thankful for the life I was handed. Christ stretched out his arms on the cross, offered me freedom at a tremendous cost. I can't accept the gift without repentance. I talk to God with expectancy. He said, ask for anything in the name of my son. If it's my will, then it will be done. I'm not praying for material possessions. Being close to God is the greatest blessing. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. I don't got rims on the car, you know. I don't got a lot of jewelry, you know, but I'm blessed with life. I'm blessed knowing God. I'm blessed with family. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Soulmore Radio. That's facebook.com/Soulmore Radio. You can tweet us at Soulmore Radio. That's at Soulmore Radio. You can also send us your email at soulmore.org@gmail.com. That's soulmore.org@gmail.com. You can also call our offices at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. Now, as we continue with this Ted Nugent story, if you just tuned into us, we are talking about a story on a gentleman by the name of Ted Nugent. He's supposed to be playing at the Wellman Theater in Montclair on July the 22nd. And there are many groups and organizations that are protesting his appearance at the Wellman Theater. And it's because of many of the things that he has said in the past. And the management at the Wellman Theater is currently stating that, you know, the right, he has a First Amendment right to free speech. So they have decided that since Ted Nugent has a First Amendment right to free speech, they're going to allow him to perform at the Wellman Theater on July the 22nd. But there are many groups that are protesting his performance. Now, back in April 2012, there was an article written in Westworld, Denver Westworld, written by Michael Roberts. Ted Nugent calls Hillary Clinton a toxic. It begins with a C and it ends with a T. 18 years ago. Ted Nugent comment that if Barack Obama is re-elected, the Nuge, that's N-U-G-E, will either be dead or in jail by this time next year, has elevated the Motor City Madman to the status of talking point progressive whipping boy in this year's presidential race, which is amusing to yours truly, given that he said considerably more controversial things in the past and what he called Hillary Clinton 18 years ago. He called her a toxic. It begins with a C and it ends with a T. You probably can't use the term toxic, begins with a C and ends with a T in your magazine, but that's what she is. And this is a quote by Ted Nugent. Her very existence insults the spirit of individualism in this country. This bitch is nothing but a two-bit hole for Fidel Castro. Our interview with Terrible Ted took place during the early days of his rise to prominence as an outspoken conservative. Yes, even as he was maneuvering for a national radio talk show gig, the cat scratch fever tunesmith didn't pussyfoot around the issues of the day, a number of which remains relevant in the 2012 campaign. Take national health care, about which he said, the government must stay out of my life. If there are weenies who are in the liability column of our nation, tough shit. I am militantly against the poisoning of senses, but I'm not going to dictate what you do. However, you get behind the wheel of a car stoned on dope and crash, and it's life in prison. I'm not going to read that word. By the same token, should a kid going to the Grateful Dead concert who is caught with sugar cube encrusted LSD go to prison for life with no parole? Of course not. But should that guy get caned? Yeah. And should he go to prison in an overcrowded cell where a huge unclean black man will F him in the behind every night? Yeah. Now that sounds cruel, doesn't it? Well, tough effing shit. These effing liabilities in our country have the run of things, but that's over. Now, let's listen to Ted Nugent comments, and we hope that these are sane. Let's take a listen. As we wait for the audio to come up, we are going to be listening to Ted Nugent and his comments that I will be either dead or in jail if President Obama is re-elected. You know,
a couple of hundred people each of you. Some of you, I bet you can get a couple thousand. Your goal should be able to get a couple of thousand people per person who's here to vote for Mitt Romney in November. If you don't know that our government is wiping its ass with the Constitution, you're living under a rock someplace. And if there's a dead soldier, an airman, a Marine, a seaman, a hero of the military that just got his legs blown off for the U.S. Constitution, and we got a president and attorney general who doesn't even like the Constitution. We got 4 Supreme Court justices who don't believe in the Constitution. Does everybody know here that 4 of the Supreme Court justices not only determined you don't have the right to keep and bear arms, 4 Supreme Court justices signed their name to a declaration that Americans have no fundamental right to self-defense. That sounds like a stoned hippie. That doesn't sound like a Supreme Court anything. It sounds like a supremely intellectually vacuous punk. To think that a human could think that humans don't have a basic right to self-defense is so bizarre to me as to my brain can't accept the information. And if you want more of those kinds of evil, anti-American people in the Supreme Court, then don't get involved and let Obama take office again. Because I'll tell you this right now, if Barack Obama becomes the president in November again, I will either be dead or in jail by this time next year. Being at the NRA event, God bless you, good indicator. But if you can't go home and get everybody in your lives to clean house in this vile, evil, America-hating administration, I don't even know what you're made out of. If you can't galvanize and promote and recruit people to vote for Mitt Romney, we're done. We'll be a suburb of Indonesia next year. Our president, attorney general, our vice president, Hillary Clinton, they're criminals. They're criminals. And if you take that adamant, we the people defiance, remember we're Americans because we defied the king. We didn't negotiate and compromise with the king. We defied the emperors. We are patriots. We are Braveheart. We need to ride into that battlefield and chop their heads off in November. Any questions?
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss, or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folktales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Fuddy Mears. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm and the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Of course, tonight we're dealing with the Ted Nugent issue. If you have just tuned into us, Ted Nugent, a flammable young man, he's supposed to appear at the Wellman Theater in Montclair on July the 22nd and the 25th. On July 22nd, excuse me. And many individuals have been calling the Wellman Theater and telling them they don't want Ted Nugent to appear in Montclair because of some of the things that he has spewed in the past about Hillary Clinton, about President Barack Obama, and many others. And there was a big protest on July 22nd in front of the Wellman Theater. And of course, we're going to see if we can bring that live to you as well. You know, and we just told you we played you some of the audio from Ted Nugent. And we're going to continue. There was an article in the Westworld blog, and this is an article dated April the 20th, 2012. And on July 27, 1994, there was also another article by Ted Nugent. But let's listen to what Ted Nugent had to say about Hillary Clinton. Here's Ted Nugent's message about Hillary Clinton. 1 minute, we're going to get that to you. This young man he is a flamethrower. Let's listen to Ted. Uncle Ted has a message for Hillary Clinton. This is back in 2007.
I've gone through the procedures, the landmine field of bureaucracy, unfortunately, to make sure that I am a sworn law enforcement agent for 32 years now. Also a constable in Texas, and I conduct raids with the heroes of law enforcement all across the country. I get to carry a gun nationwide because of the House Resolution 218 that we passed. Finally, giving what is, to me, who would not want a cop to be armed every place? They're trained to serve and protect. You can't stop a bad guy with a middle finger and a bag of quarters. I want warriors to have the tools necessary to stop evil. But that we had to get special legislation to authorize. Look, I got goosebumps. It's so bizarre. Ted Kennedy thinks it's reasonable gun control to send in 2 deputy cops to a shooting at a pizza parlor in New York. They're both dead. Because you don't send unarmed cops into dangerous conditions unless you're absolutely mentally deranged, Ted Kennedy and Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton. You are evil people. You are on the side of evil because you're guaranteeing that good guys will die at the hands of evil because you won't let us carry guns. And I got a message for you, but this is a family TV show, so you have to figure it out. It's in there. It's camouflage. Can you see it? Pick one. It's indecent. The other side, the gun grabbers are indecent. They are absolutely complicit in every violent crime that happens, because in every violent crime where there's an innocent victim, they are a descendant of Ted Kennedy's insanity, and that is, you will be armed, you will be helpless, and you will die. Ted Kennedy says so, not this guy.
So are we going to see
any questions? I've gone.
And there you have it, Ted Nugent, the flamethrower. Now, we all believe, of course, in freedom of speech. And the First Amendment right to freedom of speech is very important. But when you have these type of comments, it's very difficult. And the gentleman is going to be coming in our backyard. He's going to be in Montclair, New Jersey, at the Wellman Theater. And the type of comments that this gentleman has spewed, especially against Hillary Clinton and against President Barack Obama, it's very difficult, very, very difficult. In this time and age where we're trying to do like Rodney King, can we all get along? And then we hear the comments by Ted Nugent. It's unbelievable. Now let's listen to Ted Nugent going off on President Barack Obama in California. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
Hey, Arnold, suck on this one time, you putz. I was in Chicago last week. I said, hey, Obama, you might want to suck on one of these, you punk. You don't get that. Obama, he's a piece of shit, and I told him to suck on my machine gun. Let's hear for it. And then I was in New York. I said, hey, Hillary, you might want to ride one of these into the sunset, you worthless bitch. But since I'm in California, I want $500, so she might want to suck on my machine gun. Hey, Diane Feinstein, ride one of these, you worthless whore. Any questions? It's just in the working stages right now, but back right.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ted Nugent, who is coming to a location near us. Do we really want Ted Nugent in Montclair performing at the Wellman Theater? Are we going to tolerate this type of behavior in our backyard. He's not coming to Maplewood. He's not coming to South Orange. But he's going to our neighbor Montclair. Are we going to sit idly by and allow Ted Nugent to come here and perform? Well, some people are saying no. The New Jersey director of the CWA, Hetty Rosenstein, they're going to be protesting out there at the Wellman Theater. They believe he has a right to free speech. Phyllis Salawi K, executive director of the New Jersey Citizen Action, they're going to be out there as well. So far the Wellman Theater ticket sales were less than 50%, with 9 tickets available for resale. And this is what happens when we stand up, ladies and gentlemen, and take action. Remember what we said. We have said this to you many times in the past, over and over and over again. And I don't know how much more time we can say that, because it's so important. It's so important when we hear the quote, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter," by Martin Luther King Jr. And never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or animals is at stake. Society's punishment are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. And is this a situation where we should not look the other way? I mean, the comments made by this gentleman, very, 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 very sad. Time check. The time is approximately 8:45 p.m. That time check is brought to you by Semper Alexander Computer Consultants, where they implement cost-effective solutions to fulfill your business needs. Semper Alexander for all your computer needs. You can call them at 973-763-2011. That's 973-763-2011. When we come back, it's the Ted Nugent night. We'll be right back.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folktales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Fuddy Mears. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss, or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Get into the discussion at 973-327-3626. This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear your opinion. You can log on to SoMore.org or give us a call at 973-327-3626. For community news, sports, and opinions, call us at 973-327-3626 or log on to SoMore.org. You're listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
That one day, this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Segregated schools were and are inferior schools. We still haven't fixed them 50 years after Brown versus Board of Education. And the inferior education they provided, then and now, helps explain the pervasive achievement gap between today's black and white students.
I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
When we take those tests, even when black and Latino students score at the top of the distribution, so even when black and Latino students do very well using the biased and absurd indicators that we use in this country, they're still 40% less likely to be put into an advanced placement class or an honors class in high school than white students who scored in the middle of the distribution. So you have average white students, according to this criteria, and of course the criteria is bogus, but understand it's the one we use. Using this criteria, white students who are merely average are still more likely to have advanced or accelerated classes once they get to high school. Now, what does that mean? It means that those students are going to get more prepared for the SAT, right? They're going to get more prepared for the ACT. They're going to take the test and they're going to do better. And we're going to act shocked when people of color do worse on a test that they were systemically excluded from preparing for, as if that is a surprise. I mean, black and Latino students of whatever socioeconomic status, 2.5 times more likely than whites to be put into remedial classes, where they're not going to receive the same instruction, they're not going to have the same coursework, they're not going to be challenged in the same way, right? And so we then act surprised when in 11th grade they take the SAT, the ACT, they don't do as well, and then our society says, well, now you're not capable of going on to college, or at least not that college, because you're not as smart as somebody else over here. The fact that the structure of the educational system guaranteed that you would not do as well, virtually assured it, is something we don't want to talk about, but that's the systemic issue.
I don't know anyone who understands the power of words more than Maya Angelou. I've been in her home at a party and someone telling a homophobic joke or making fun of someone in a derogatory way and watched her invite them to leave or stop them in mid-sentence and say, "Not in my house, you won't."
Words are things, I'm convinced. You must be careful about the words you use, or the words you allow to be used in your house. In the Old Testament, we are told in Genesis that in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was God, and the Word was with God. That's in Genesis. Words are things. You must be careful. Careful about calling people out of their names, using racial pejoratives and sexual pejoratives and all that ignorance. Don't do that. Someday we'll be able to measure the power of words. I think they are things. I think they get on the walls. They get in your wallpaper. They get in your rugs, in your upholstery, in your clothes, and finally into you.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Of course, every Friday we give you West Wing Week, a summary of what happens in the White House. So let's go to hear what happened in the White House this past week. West Wing Week. Take a listen.
I'm finding lately that I just want to say what's on my mind. So
President Obama started this week by wrapping up a 2-day trip to the Twin Cities, where he met with Rebecca, a working mom who sent him a letter about the struggles middle-class families like hers are facing in America.
Well, don't take another picture.
After lunch, the president hosted a town hall meeting at Minnehaha Park in Minneapolis. The discussion focused on a wide range of issues, from health care to the economy, as the president highlighted progress in these issues, despite opposition from Republicans in Congress.
Despite all that, some folks have health care that didn't have it before. Despite all that, some students are able to afford their education better. Despite all that, some folks have jobs that didn't have it. Despite all that, the Green Line got built here in Minnesota.
Then it was on to Grand Avenue in St. Paul, where the president found some time to do a little shopping and visit with the locals.
Those are great.
It's a great snack.
Solid. Let's go this way. I got to go get some ice cream.
Okay, there's a good spot down there.
My first job was scooping ice cream. My first job that I actually, that one of you might be present. Outstanding.
Friday, the president stopped by a local job training center to introduce himself.
I'm Barack Obama. I'm the president of the United States.
He was there to speak to a group of young mothers taking part in classes to train for and find jobs, and shared why programs like Project CARE are so important to him and to the rest of the country.
I was basically raised by a single mom. My mom was 18 when she had me. So basically, my mom was in a similar place to a lot of you guys. And she was able to get an education and take advantage of grants and loans and programs to be able to make a difference in her life and ultimately her kids' lives. We're really trying to make sure that we give all of you some opportunities and some chances to thrive and do great things as well.
What is it like being a president?
The best days are the days where you feel as if you've helped somebody. And then the worst days are when you're not getting anything done. Even though you've been really working hard at something. Are we holding here? Well, when do I get to see Rebecca's family? Smile and say cheese.
Then it was on to the Lake Harriet band shell, where the president met back up with Rebecca and her family before taking the stage to talk about the urgent need for Congress to focus on the economy.
Despite the unyielding opposition, there are families who have health insurance now who didn't have it before. And there are students in college who couldn't afford it before. And there are workers on the job who didn't have jobs before. And there are troops home with their families after serving tour after tour. Don't think that we're not making progress.
Then it was back to Washington, D.C., where the president took in the sights and sounds of the summertime Friday evening parade at Marine Barracks, Washington. As the guest of honor, the president got a front row seat to watch the Marine Band, Drum and Bugle Corps, and Silent Drill Platoon perform their flawless routines.
I want to welcome back to the Oval Office President Bachelet. She is my second favorite, Michelle.
Monday morning, the president hosted the president of Chile for a bilateral meeting, where the two talked about the advancement of peace, global security, and free trade. Then it was on to the Rose Garden, where the president said he was prepared to act on his own to fix our broken immigration system, since Republicans in the House said they'd keep blocking the bipartisan compromise that has already passed the Senate.
If House Republicans are really concerned about me taking too many executive actions, the best solution to that is passing bills.
Then it was off to the VA to nominate Bob McDonald to be the next Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
Let me state the obvious. This is not going to be an easy assignment. Bob knows that, but like any Army Airborne Ranger, Bob has a reputation for being ready, jumping into tough situations, taking charge, and going all the way.
The president, vice president, and the new VA nominee then went all the way through Lafayette Park for the short stroll back to the White House. That evening, he and the First Lady hosted a reception to observe LGBT Pride Month. The president noted the progress made by this particular community and spoke about how much more needs to be done for other Americans.
Seniors were struggling to find housing and care. I know, it's tough.
Tuesday morning, the president held a cabinet meeting to underscore the responsibility that his administration has to act on behalf of the American people in the absence of congressional action.
I went to Minnesota and had a wonderful conversation with folks around the country who are doing their jobs every single day. Their hopes and aspirations are my primary focus and should be the primary focus of this town. They are extraordinarily cynical about Washington right now, and rightfully so. They just don't see any capacity by Congress to do anything.
The president then went to the Georgetown waterfront in D.C. to again address the economy, this time in light of the urgent issue of providing funding and support for American infrastructure projects, and the need for Congress to cooperate in support of the American people and our economy.
Go Team USA!
With that, the president dropped by the Eisenhower Executive Office building to join a viewing party for the U.S. Men's National Team World Cup game against Belgium.
So I was worried that if I walked in and Belgium scored, I'd be in trouble.
Wednesday takes us on a West Wing week first to Zambia, where Dr. Jill Biden led a delegation to Africa. In Lusaka, Dr. Biden was welcomed at the Shalom Community School by students from the surrounding Kanyama Township. Then the delegation met with women entrepreneurs at a business roundtable. That evening, they attended a women's leadership reception, which included a cultural performance by a local dance company. Thursday, the day began in Zambia with a visit to a community health center and gender-based violence one-stop center, where a broad range of health work was highlighted by the staff. The delegation then left Zambia for the Democratic Republic of Congo. Stay tuned, as there will be much more to come from this trip to Africa in next week's West Wing Week. Okay, we got ahead of ourselves, so let's go back to Wednesday in the Oval Office, where the president gave an interview to the man behind the voice on American public media's marketplace, Kai Risdall. The two focused on, you guessed it, the state of the American economy.
I just wanted to call.
Then the president called Team USA captain Clint Dempsey and heroic goalkeeper Tim Howard after their inspirational showing at the World Cup.
Yeah, you guys just carry yourselves with a lot of class, and it makes people really respect the sport.
Thursday, the president stopped by 1776 D.C., a firm that connects new startup businesses with the resources they need to succeed and grow.
We could be making even stronger progress. We could be growing even more jobs. We could be creating even more business opportunities for smart, talented folks like these if those of us here in Washington were focused on you, the American people, rather than focused on politics.
So stay engaged with us online, and remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics or see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. And thanks so much for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week. Have a safe, festive 4th of July, and happy 238th birthday, America.
It's like Halloween. It's like the haunted house.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. West Wing Week. We're going to go for a short break, and we'll be right back.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folk tales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Funny Mirrors. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folk tales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Funny Mirrors. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Now, a few months ago, Ted Nugent was on CNN, and he had a discussion with Erin Burnett, and it was a very heated confrontation. Let's listen to that confrontation.
Nugent is finally here. Last week he was booked on this show. We wanted to ask him about his now infamous comments calling President Obama a, quote, subhuman mongrel. And as you know, Nugent canceled on us, but we still wanted to do this interview because here's why Ted Nugent's words have gotten attention. He's politically vocal and influential. His support is seen as a big win for many GOP candidates, even those running for president. Here's what Mitt Romney's son tweeted during the 2012 election. Quote, Ted Nugent endorsed my dad today. Ted Nugent? How cool is that? He joins Kid Rock as great Detroit musicians on Team Mitt. Nugent attended last year's State of the Union address as guest of Texas Republican Congressman Steve Stockman. He's appeared with many big-name Republicans. He performed at Texas Governor Rick Perry's inauguration in 2007. He's on the board of the NRA, a position voted on by some of the organization's members, which are more than 4 million Americans. He's delivered speeches at NRA annual conventions. And, of course, all of you know him as the rocker Ted Nugent. He is now out front. And, Ted, look, it's great to have you with us. I want to get straight to this question of whether you apologized or not, right? So you were on Ben Ferguson's radio show, and at first you explicitly said, I'll quote you, I do apologize, not necessarily to the president. People got upset on Twitter, said that wasn't a real apology. Ben asked you again. He said, specifically, are you apologizing to the President of the United States? You said yes. A lot of people still say you didn't apologize. Did you mean it?
Aaron, can you see me?
I see you, Ted.
All right, I can't see you, so I'm at a great disadvantage because I glow, and I know you do too. Aaron, come on, you've got this English language down really well. I bet you understand when the question is, do you apologize? And I answer yes. You don't really have to ask that question again, do you?
Well, I just wanted to know because a lot of people felt that, the first opportunity, when you said, well, not necessarily to the president, then a lot of people picked up on that. So I wanted to give you the opportunity of, to say that you really did mean it. But I want to ask you, because this is the question a lot of people have. I read your Twitter feed today, and you told me on Twitter, at Aaron Burdett, you said, hey, you better have the view tape ready. And I thought, what is the view tape? And I found it, Ted, and here's what it is for our viewers. This is when the President Obama used the word mongrel in the summer of 2010. I wanted to play what he said about mongrel and what you said. Here goes.
I have obviously failed to galvanize and prod, if not shame, enough Americans to be ever vigilant not to let a Chicago communist-raised, communist-educated, communist-nurtured, subhuman mongrel like the Acorn community organizer gangster Barack Hussein Obama to weasel his way into the top office of authority in the United States of America.
And the interesting thing about the African-American experience in this country is that we are sort of a mongrel people. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all kind of mixed up.
Yeah.
And now, that's actually true for white America as well, but we just know more about it. And so I'm less interested in how we label ourselves. I'm more interested in how we treat each other. And if we're treating each other right, then I can be African-American, I can be multiracial, I can be, you name it. What matters is, am I showing people respect? Am I caring for for other people? That's, I think, the message we want to send.
So what do you think, Ted?
Well, number one, thank you, Aaron, for playing that tape as I requested, and I appreciate you monitoring my Twitter account. I think you know what I think. I think the president is intentionally disassembling the greatest quality of life in the history of the world. I believe that he is creating class warfare intentionally to get Americans to draw this line in the sand where I've never seen such political discourse in all my life. And yes, I do apologize for being part of that political discourse because greater men than myself have advised me that that kind of street language in a volatile interview, as you played earlier, is not appropriate when we're trying to get some upgrade here in America. But I cannot put into adequate terms the condemnation I feel and so many Americans feel that this president's fundamental transformation of this country is indeed the destruction of the American dream of being compensated based on being the best that you can be. The concept of social justice and economic equality is truly bizarro. The president's a bad man. I want to make sure that Americans are encouraged to be the best that they can be, not to be compensated for not even trying. I really believe history will show that I've been right and the president and CNN was wrong.
So I want to understand, because a lot of people want to understand. And look, I understand you're saying now I want to elevate the discussion. I think a lot of people are going to say that's great if you started to do that. But I want to understand why you used the word mongrel when you did, okay? Because obviously, we looked around. I looked it up in the dictionary. I'm sure you have at this point as well. The definition is a dog of mixed or indeterminate breed. And the only use of the word mongrel that I could find in common talk, because you're talking about street talk, was actually the Aryan Nation membership form, where you have to affirm, I'll quote, "I am an employed white and Christian. I concur that Aryan Nations is only Aryans of Anglo-Saxon, Germanic, Nordic, Basque, Lombard, Celtic, and Slavic origin. I agree with Aryan Nations' biblical exclusion of Jews, Negroes, Mexicans, Orientals, and mongrels." That's the only use I could find of that word. Did you mean it that way?
Boy, you learn something new every day. No, I've never heard that reference before. I'll tell you, I've been a cop in Lake County, Michigan since 1982 or thereabouts. I conduct federal raids with the DEA and ATF and the U.S. Marshals and the FBI and Texas Rangers and the heroes of law enforcement. And we're rearresting fugitive felons who are let out of their cages after murdering and raping and molesting children, carjacking. We keep going after these guys. The adrenaline is something like you'll never experience. I hope you never have to experience it. But when we're done with these kinds of raids, we get together and our hearts are broken that we have to face these monsters, and we call them mongrels. We call bad people who are destroying our neighborhoods mongrels. I knew of no racial reference. I think the president is absolutely correct. Whites, blacks, Hispanics, yellow, red, we're all mongrels basically because we're mixed breeds. I concur with that. So I learned something there, and I learned something from your research into history. But for anyone to claim that I'm a racist or it had racist overtones is the typical crap that the propaganda ministry and the media, particularly most of your cohorts there, even though I got Piers Morgan's ass thrown out, and I'll do the same with Don Lemon and Wolf Blitzer when I can. But you might be able to stay on because I appreciate that. I respect them
both greatly. But let me...
Time check. The time is now approximately 9:15 p.m. I just got to laugh at this gentleman. The time check. The time is approximately 9:15 p.m. That time check is brought to you by Nokia Home Improvements. Nokia Home Improvements for all your general construction and remodeling job. No job is too small. Nokia Home Improvements, where you can get all your general constructions and remodeling jobs. You can call them at 973-592-8493. That's 973-592-8493. More Ted Nugent when we come back.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folk tales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Fuddy Mears. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical Hairspray in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome, and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. If you just tuned into us, tonight we are addressing the Ted Nugent situation. Ted Nugent is this rock singer who is going to be appearing at the Wellmont Theater on July 22nd, 2014. And there have been many individuals and many organizations who were protesting his appearance at the Wellmont Theater in Montclair. And we are just giving you a snippet of some of the things that Ted Nugent have said in the past. Let's continue to listen to the last audio.
Well, I just did. They don't deserve respect, but you go ahead.
All right, but let me ask you about something else you said about the president, though, since you're saying there was nothing racial about it. I'm hoping you can explain a certain word here. In that same conversation that I played for you where you used subhuman mongrel, you also said this.
A lot of people would call that inflammatory speech. Well, I would call it inflammatory speech when it's your job to protect Americans, and then you ask me to look into the television camera and say, what difference does it make that I failed in my job to provide security and we have 4 dead Americans? What difference does that make? Not to a chimpanzee or to Hillary Clinton. I guess it doesn't matter.
Chimpanzee?
Yeah, Aaron, I appreciate you playing that. Do you really think that I reference any race that is a primate? I call my buddies in my band chimpanzees when they miss a good guitar lick. Come on, give me a break on that. I reference no racial overtones there whatsoever. I was referencing people who would look in the camera with there's 4 dead Americans in Benghazi and refuse to be accountable and say, what difference does it make? You've either got to be a punk, a liar, grossly dishonest, dangerously anti-American, or some kind of animal to agree with that kind of stuff. So insert the word dog or mongrel or chimpanzee. I have nothing against any race. In fact, my whole life is dedicated to my black heroes, my black musical heroes, and you know that. I have not a racist bone in my body. That's the Saul Alinsky propaganda ministry running amok like your goofball friend Paul Bagala, who claims that I has been. I just celebrated my 50th greatest tour.
Ted, I know
50
one thing.
years. Number one guitar player in Detroit last year. I'm a black guitar player from Detroit. Get over it.
All I know is that if I called the president, who is a black president, a chimpanzee, I would and should be fired. Because it is a racist thing to say.
I didn't call the president.
Then who are you referring to?
Never called the president a chimpanzee.
Not to a chimpanzee
Never,
or to Hillary Clinton.
Not trying to. You think I hesitate? People who support that it doesn't matter 4 Americans are dead.
people who looked into the television camera and said what the people you're referring to. Well, I will leave it to our viewer to decide whether that was a direct reference to the president or not. But we're going to take a brief break and come right back.
Because tonight we have some good viewers.
We'll be right back.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The great guy by the name of Ted Nugent. Let's get back to the discussion. Let's get back.
We're back again with Ted Nugent. And Ted, I wanted to ask you something that obviously is personal to me as well, and that is that this isn't just about the president in terms of the things that you say and how you say them and the tone that you have for your base people. Women in particular, here are some of the words you've used to describe Hillary Clinton. I obviously can't say them on this program, but they include the toxic C word, worthless bitch, and two-bit whore. These are all things you've used to describe her. And my issue is whether you agree with her politics or not, there are people who listen to you and care deeply about what you say. How can they not be offended by terms like that?
Well, Aaron, I have a very important advisory board. And as a new mother yourself, is your son your first child?
He is my first child.
Well, I congratulate you on that. I've got 9 wonderful kids and 11 grandkids, and they're constantly telling me over the years, Dad, honey, quit calling people names. So I'm stopping calling people names. You know, I'm on stage. You ever see a good Richard Pryor? You're not even allowed to mention Richard Pryor's greatest albums on your CNN. We're not allowed to use the titles of Richard Pryor's album because of political correctness. I have unlimited irreverence and outrage on stage.
Are you going to say that you're never going to call people names again?
Live on Aaron Burnett out front, CNN. Ted Nugent, Remember the Alamo, February 24th, 2014. I'm not going to call people names anymore. However, I have a little escape clause here, because when I'm on stage singing Wang Dang Sweet Poontang, would you give me permission to go overboard on occasion? Please, tell me you will.
I think that, to me, I know you're trying to make slightly light of this, but to me these things are not light at all, because in a country that you talk about is so
I'm not making light.
To
very serious, very serious.
And create more polarization is a horrible thing to do.
You're right. My children, my brothers, my sister, and my wonderful wife, Shemaine, have told me that over and over. And I think at the tender age of 65, I think you're absolutely correct. Instead of using terms like subhuman mongrel, I'm going to get right to the meat of the matter, where our president is a liar. He lies about you can keep your doctor, period, over and over again. He lies about Benghazi. He's lying about the IRS. So I won't call names anymore. I'm going to get right down to the nitty-gritty and identify the criminal behavior by the people abusing power in the United States government. So I take your advice to heart, Aaron.
And when you talk about things like these things with women, is this something that, do you...
These things with women. What's these things with women?
These things, when you use the words like toxic C word. Because I think the problem that I have with it, and a lot of people have with it, is that you wouldn't say those things unless you thought those things. They aren't things that people just say off the cuff or say because they aren't thinking. People don't say those things unless they think those things about people. And that is a fact, Ted.
No, I don't think it is a fact. I take a lot of my cues from Bill Maher, your left-wing poster boy who used the same word to describe the great Sarah Palin. So I think learning from that kind of offensiveness, no, you're right. It wasn't right. And Aaron, I think that was about 7 years ago I said that on stage, and it was during some of the most egregious violations and abuse of power and corruption that people like Hillary Clinton are responsible for. What she did in Benghazi, she should be in jail right now, along with Eric Gun-Running Holder and a whole bunch of the crooks in our government. So I won't call them names, but I will try to better identify. But it's not a Ted Nugent thing. There's a huge swath of America, and you're correct. We need to have...
Are you afraid, though, that people like Rick Perry, people like Rand Paul, who tweeted out when you made the comment about subhuman mongrel and demanded an apology, as he should have, those people came to you and say, look, we're not going to campaign with you anymore, we're not going to do things with you anymore if you don't stop this?
They didn't say
what
that.
It took?
They didn't say that at all. You will not find that quote, so be very careful, Aaron Burnett, that you don't make things up like your cohorts.
Well, I know that
no,
you
they
said
didn't
that
say
you
that at
didn't
all.
want to upset these men better than you, and you were referring to people like Rick Perry and Greg Abbott.
But they
So
never
I do
gave me
believe-
directions like that. They never gave me directions. What I did is, whether it's my wonderful brother Jeff, Kathy, my great kids, or someone like you, Aaron, and people around me, they think I'll be more effective if I back off that Detroit Street Fighter rock and roll stage rhetoric. And I'm here to tell you I'm going to do that, because I do respect people like Governor Perry and the great Greg Abbott and Rand Paul and Ted Cruz. And because I do represent a lot of the same people that they do, believe it or not, I think I owe it to those great Americans to be more civil when I represent them. So I'm here on CNN. On CNN, mind you, and I will be doing that more later, coming up.
All right, so when you tweeted today to Rand Paul, because Rand Paul had demanded you apologize, said that your derogatory description of President Obama is offensive and has no place in politics, he should apologize. Once you saw the president use the word mongrel on The View, you tweeted back at Rand Paul, hey, at Rand Paul, let me know when you're ready to admit your blunder. You're backing off that tweet.
No, I don't think that's uncivil by any stretch. I'm telling Rand Paul he should be very careful not to take snapshots of an occurrence or an incident or an individual. He should pay attention to the big picture. I consider Rand Paul a great American, and I feel terrible that I pissed him off like that. But I got to tell you, when you speak the truth and represent very heartbroken Americans, you know, Aaron, let me summarize it like this. I hate that I have to be talking about this stuff. I want to respect my government and my president. I want to respect the office, but they have to deserve that respect. And there is a culture war going on. I wish we didn't have to do this, but I think we do have to do this. And I want to thank you and CNN for allowing me on the program to make my statement.
I will say that, and you have made it, but I will say, you know, this president was fairly and democratically elected. He is the president of the United States, and like him or not, you must respect the office as an American who wants peace and security. That is my personal view, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican in office. Ted, thank you very much. I appreciate seeing you again.
Thank you, Aaron. God bless you and your kid and your husband.
Thank you, sir. And still to come, a pilot survives.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The great Ted Nugent. We'll be right back.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folk tales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Freddie Mears. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8-times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm and the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. It's 973-327-3626. Time check. Time is approximately 9:34 p.m. From where I said this is it. The clock on the wall say that's all. I like the state of got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And we are going to be doing a special broadcast tomorrow. One from Irvington, New Jersey, and another from Seton Hall University. So stay tuned for that. And we always give you this song before you go. See you later.
So we're giving thanks to the Most High for all of His blessings, His guidance. Oh Lord, how great Thou art Thee. Thank You for blessing me. Transpose all my energy, yeah, and molded talents in me. Those on my head, I appreciate your gratitude, endurance, and faith. They standing in line, want to intertwine, devour my body, soul, and mind. But my will is strong, they can't throw me down. With your guidance, I will carry on. Oh Lord, every day I'm going to sing this song. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank You, Lord, for what You've done for me. Yeah. Thank You, Lord, for every little thing. Hey, thank You, Lord, for what You've done for me. And I thank You for blessing me every day. And through the river walls, I will walk with You beside me. Be unharmed, cause You can find me, yeah. And when there came You'll console me from my distress. In Your warmth of grace I will rest, yeah. No authority can remove me from Your bubble. They will perish in their rubble, yeah. And if that false fear falls, oh Lord, I will be lifted up to You, the Lord, and sing it. Thank You, Lord, for what You've done for me. Thank You, Lord, for every little thing. Hey. Thank You, Lord, for what You've done for me. And I thank You for blessing me every day. And so I sing again. Thank You, Lord, for what You've done for me. Thank You, Lord, for every little thing. Hey. Thank You, Lord, for what You've done for me. And I thank You for blessing me every day. Thank You for giving them love. Thank You for giving me love. Thank You for keeping say